Well, this is a good story. I lived in Memphis. They just tore down my old apartment house. It was loft apartments above these shops across from Overton Park on Poplar Avenue. And there were 4 loft apartments up there. They were $50 a month. And it was one room with a little bath and a little kitchen. But that's all you wanted back. I moved there in '65. And I stayed there until '75. But they were so cheap that when I would go on the road, when we go to Europe, I would pay up for a year. It was only $600 for a whole year of rent. And then the apartment up front came open. And Leon had been coming down, him and Marc Benno and different people. And so I rented it. $50 a month. So when Leon would come down, I had furniture in there and a bed and everything, and he would stay down there and we would hang out, and he brought Marc Benno, he brought different people. And he came down one time. I was living with Rita Coolidge. We had kind of split up a little bit, but oh, excuse me, y'all got to cut that out. He met Rita Coolidge, and I think he fell in love the first time he saw her. And before he left town, he said, if you ever break up with Rita, let me know. I said, all right. So I broke up with Rita after about 6 months. Rita was a great girl. She made me clothes. I mean, she was wonderful. We had a great time. So we broke up, and I called Lynn. I said, you want me to let you know when me and Rita broke up? Well, it's happened. He said, I'll be down there tomorrow. Now, he was living with Donna Washburn at the time. And I said, what about Donna? I'll be down there tomorrow. So the next morning, I found out that Rita and her sister Priscilla were doing a background vocal session at Sun Records, or Sam Phillips Recording. So I picked him up to the airport and I took him straight to the studio. And I said, Leon, Rita, Leon. And that was it. They moved in down the hall and didn't come out for a long time. So I thought things are going good. Then Donna calls me. Donna Washburn, who's a beautiful, angelic woman. And she says, is Leon down there? And I said, well, yeah. He's down the hall with Rita. I'll be down there tomorrow. I said, no, come down here. You'll cause trouble. I don't care. I'll be in there at 7:30 in the morning. I had to go pick her up. And so she moved in there with me. And we never saw them. They stayed in the room. And Leon went and bought a 60 Thunderbird, Ford Thunderbird at Hull Dobbs Motors on Poplar. And they jumped in the car and drove back to California. And if you see the picture of us with Leon with a cigar and his suit and his hair blowing, standing beside that Thunderbird, and I'm changing a tire. And Denny's sitting next to it with a gun on me, and he has a National Enquirer that said, high-flying parrot. It was one of those outrageous headlines. And that was it. One day he called me. He didn't like to be by himself, and he trusted me, and I liked that. And he said, man, she's left me. Can you come out here? And I went out there, and he picked me up at the airport. We went to a pizza place, and he was sitting there crying like a baby. He loved that woman, and she just put him down.